Hey everyone, Swarly here, and today we're doing part 2 of our Medieval Kingdom build. If you missed part 1, that was the exterior of this building. You can go check it out if you want. Now let's get into it because we got a lot to do. Now let's start with the front entryway. We're going to build this wall using stone bricks and stone. Now this is going to close off the rest of the building from this foyer. This foyer entrance is actually going to be open to the outside, so we do need a little bit of protection from mobs leading to the interior seating area. Once we've closed this off, we can move down and we're going to start building our stairs. Now there's going to be two separate staircases here. This left one's going to be using stone slabs, whereas the right one we're going to use stairs for more of a steep decline. Once we're finished with the stairs, we're going to move down and make our door. This door is the same as the one we built outside using spruce trapdoors and a spruce door. That's going to be a door build we use a lot throughout this for continuity. Now this area, we originally weren't going to have a staircase down and it was going to be additional seating for the bar, but then I got a great idea that we could build something really cool down there, and I'm very excited for that. Now let's head up and add that second doorway. This door is the same thing, spruce trapdoors, spruce door, you know the drill. We're doing 3x3, and in the top right here we are going to put stone slabs. You'll also see that I put stone slabs at the very top of this room here. Although it looks nice aesthetically, when I put the vines in it doesn't quite work, so I recommend going back and actually adding stone blocks instead of the slabs. It looks a lot better, and I ended up doing that in the end. Moving on the inside, we're doing stone slabs for the floor here. This is going to give us additional room for the build that we're doing underneath. You can see me zooming around here. It's actually quite satisfying to watch, but I wish we placed every block perfectly because it would just be like a perfect little time lapse. Let's start building our staircase up. The staircase first goes by the viewing window here. I thought about adding some seating, but in the end we didn't do that. You guys can put it on yours, up to you. Then we're going to work up to the second story here. Now let's go ahead and fill out this entire level just using those spruce planks, working back and forth, getting everything ready for when we need to go up there and build. Couple support beams on the left here, and then we're going to go ahead and put spruce trapdoors all over this wall. Now I really like this. From the exterior we see stone, but the interior we get that nice wood look, and it doesn't take up 2 blocks, making it look really clunky and taking up too much of our space for the build. Now we're on to my favorite part of the build, and that's the bar. We're going to go ahead and start by getting rid of the planks on the back end of this and putting upside down staircases. We're coming in with stripped dark oak there and then putting in dark planks for this back end. Once we get those planks set, we're going to put barrels sideways. Now these are going to act as little kegs, and you're going to see a little bit of this throughout the build, but I really loved how all this works, so we put it in a couple times. Now you might be wondering what those blocks we use for the bar are. Honestly, I've never seen them before, but when I was in creative I found them. They're called lodestone. If you guys know what they're used for, let me know, or even where to acquire them in the actual game. For the stools, we're going to use iron fencing and a trapdoor. We're also going to use that iron fencing on the right side to add a little character there. And then for cups, we actually use sea pickles in pots. If you guys have any other ideas for to use as cups, let me know, because I couldn't really come up with anything else. We'll go add some item frames and a couple bit of potions just to add a little depth there, make it look like we have some drinks, and then we'll add some red banners up top and a red vine. I think this is a bar the Lannisters would be proud of. Next on the agenda is the display case. For this, we're going to use more stripped spruce for the left and right, and on the top we're going to use dark oak stairs. We're going to build an L-shaped bar here going out 2 and then 5 wide, and then we're going to connect it to the ceiling using a chain. Now this is just a standing bar. This is a place where patrons can stand, eat their food, enjoy their drink while looking at all the awesome items in the display case. And for the item frames in the display case, you can really choose whatever you want. For me, I went with more of a brewing potion theme, so I put items that were related to that. You can add anything that you think would be cool. You could add combat items, diamonds, gems, anything. Just remember that these builds are just concepts and ideas. You could really make them your own. We're almost done with the main room of the tavern here. There's just 2 small sections left. We're going to add a table and chair off to the left and start making a staircase to our lower seating area. Don't worry about the design of the table and chair yet. There's going to be a lot of that down low, so we'll cover that later. I wanted this wall to be a main focal point of the tavern. I added an ender dragon head with a wither skull on top. I thought this looked cool like a dragon rider. and then I put black banners to look like wings. In the item frames, I did netherite swords facing inwards, and on either side we did an armor stand with netherite armor, because let's be honest, if you're going to face the dragon, you want that netherite armor. Let's throw torches and red banners and move on to the hearth. For this hearth, we're going to be using chiseled stone, stone wall, polished andesite, and stone bricks. Now you might be thinking this looks a little big in here, but it's not. Trust me, this is the perfect size. Remember, you got to keep the entire building warm with this one hearth. I really do love how the stone walls add a variety to the texture and depth without it being too big and chunky. We need to go out and add a back wall on this, and then for the fire we're going to use netherrack and ignite it with a flint and steel. Make sure to put that wall back up in front to keep your patrons safe. The seating area is going to be the simplest of the entire building. Let's go ahead and start by clearing out the dirt floors, and then we're going to go back and replace it with stone bricks. While we're doing this, I want to take the time to remind you all that we stream Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and this channel is 100% Minecraft. That is the only thing we're going to be playing here. If you do like the content and you want more of me, more of my personality, more of Swarly, we have another channel called Swarly Plays. This is a brand new channel and we are still trying to hit our 50 subscribers so we can live stream over there. So if you are interested in that additional content, it would mean the world to me if you would go give it a follow. But enough about me, let's get back to the build. We put some white concrete up top where we had it before to finish off those walls, and then we're going to go put the stone bricks over there. Now don't be worried about that spot, that stone bricks going into white concrete. I guarantee you won't notice later. For our tables, we're going to be using stone and brown carpet. This is the same table we built upstairs. Now this is going to be for every single table in here. The difference is going to be the chairs. You'll notice for these first chairs, we did a spruce slab and 2 spruce trapdoors. For the rest of the chairs, we're going to be using spruce stairs. I did try to put a sign on the side of the chairs, but with there only being one space, you can't actually put the sign on both chairs. We're going to add 3 final tables over here. 2 small and 1 long. For the small, we're going to use the same stairs, and then for the long one, we're going to actually add those grand tall chairs again. We're making sure to leave a pathway to get in and out of that back door. And with this, my friends, the main level of the tavern is finished. Let's move on to the basement. Welcome to the basement, or cellar, or brew house, or kitchen, or whatever you want to call it. There's actually a lot going on down here, so I'm really happy that we ended up adding this. I did save you from having to watch the painstaking process of digging this entire thing out and building the floors, but what we did is we followed the exact outline of the upstairs and added stone on the walls. For the floor, you can see we used cobblestone and mossy cobblestone to add a little bit of variation. You're just going to speckle that mossy cobblestone in there as you go. Now we built the wall using the stone like we've been doing, but we did put some dark oak fences in there, which we haven't used yet. On these walls, we're putting 4 large kegs. These 4 large kegs also have a trip hook that works as a spigot. This is definitely something I wish Minecraft would add as kind of more functional parts like spigots, taps, and things of that nature, but I won't get into it. We added this bar, but I thought it was a bit long, so we ended up cutting it down a little bit in size, but make sure for those ends we're closing off the stairs. Over here, we're going to use the stone bricks, but we are also speckling in that mossy stone like we did on the floor with the cobblestone. Now, there's no really good pattern for this, but I like to do like a 25 to 75 ratio of mossy to regular. For the slab stairs up, though, I did not use any mossy stone. I thought from the foot traffic it would naturally rub that off, so I thought maybe it'd look more real. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. Let me know what you think. Here we're going to add some scaffolding, and on top of that we're going to put our barrels or kegs. So we did the same thing with the trip hooks like always, but I thought this would be a great area for those small brews. The big barrels are what we sell most often, and this could be a smaller section where we have our experimental brews. I think this is an awesome thing Minecraft could add with more cooking and variation of that nature. Now we're going to go through and add some trapdoors for a little bit of extra texture, and then we're going to add what I think would be good for the big brews. We did apple, honey, and wheat. I think that'd be good. I don't know, I've never brewed anything or fermented anything, but it seems like a good idea. And up here, we're going to go add a whole slew of things that you can make brews out of. You can put whatever you want in there, but hey, blaze powder, that might make for a fun drink. To really finish out the structure of this room, we're going to go around and add stone slabs. Now for a little more detail on the bar, we got the trapdoors up front, sea pickles, pots, and then chains holding the lanterns. The last touch of the brewing room is the stone on the bottom. And now onto the kitchen. For the countertops, we use smooth quartz stairs. We work this all the way around to the right door, and you're going to notice we left a couple spaces here. Now this first space is actually going to be for our oven. To make that, we put 2 campfires underneath a smoker. Behind that, for aesthetics, we put waxed copper stairs. We also made a hood for the oven. This hood is made out of andesite walls and smooth stone slabs. Now go ahead and work around the top with some stone slabs for texture. This is a great time to remind you to turn fire spread off in your settings. I forgot to do it earlier, and when I built the hearth, I actually ended up burning down half the house. On the right side here, we've added the cauldron as a sink, and now it's time to add some more detail. We're actually using these trapdoors to make a cabinet, and it's very important how you place the top layer. Originally, I placed the top layer a little too low, and that does not allow for the item frames and pots to go on the shelf. We're going to go through and fill these with some flora and fauna to make it look nice and stocked. With that all done, we're going to add a little bit of extra detail here, adding some candles and lamps to the left. I really love the look of this, but I think we'll move the chains over and add some spruce to the back wall and in front of the sink. This level will be the home of a library and the bedroom for the owner. Let's start with the bookshelf on the left. We're using bookshelves, trapdoors, spruce stairs, 2 barrels, and a lamp for this. On the end, we'll close it up with those trapdoors to make it look nice. Now we'll move to the right and add 2 focal points with shelves as well. Let's go ahead and quickly build the base for the bedroom. We're going 1 spot to the right of the door frame that we put in, and coming down to right before the opening for the staircase. We're building this all the way to the ceiling with spruce, and going to finish it with spruce trapdoors. On the inside, we'll get rid of the planks and maximize the space we have for building in there. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I know this build is really heavy on spruce trapdoors, which is kind of ironic considering I've never used them before, but I kind of fell in love with them. I love that we can get the wood look without it being too thick and clunky, which is one of the biggest downfalls of building in Minecraft. I'm really curious to hear what all of you would like added to Minecraft for building as well. The great thing is, Mojang is always listening and adding free content. Let's add this cozy reading area with a redstone lamp before we move to the bedroom. I didn't want to overcomplicate the bedroom, so all we did was add a desk made out of dark oak trapdoors, dark oak gate, and a brown carpet. Then we threw down a crimson double bed, a chest, and a map of the local area. Lastly, we finished off with everything an office needs: a clock, some crimson banners, and a nice painting. And with that bedroom, the interior is complete. Although we already did an exterior build, there are a few things that we need to add to finish this. These were things that weren't in the original concept, but came to us as we were building. And that's the thing I love about Minecraft and these builds. I can draw them out, I can plan them as much as I want, but they always evolve and get better and better as you build. And I have to give a huge shout out to my fiance Robin Spackles for helping me with the interior here. One of her ideas was this hearth that wasn't originally planned, and this was one of my favorite parts of the entire build. For the chimney, we simply built up stone blocks and stairs and added a campfire at the top. I tried netherrack before, but I couldn't see the smoke from afar, and this worked better for that general aesthetic. Now we're going to move to something that I teased in the first video. This is the thing that I wanted to add around the backside that I had a last minute thought about. And this is a covered pathway that's going to work its way around the back of the building, around the chimney, into the stone bridge that's going to connect the tavern and the inn. And the inn is going to be the second build of our medieval kingdom. This part of the build is really straightforward. For the bottom, we use spruce stairs, and the top, dark oak stairs. For the siding, we're going to use trapdoors, and we're using the stone as a placeholder so we can place those. With this last trapdoor, the build is done. Thank you all so much for coming by, and we'll see you on the next one. Swarly out.